Alright, welcome back. We're going to continue on right where we left off. In this video, we're going to be creating line breaks, and we'll show you also how to create spaces between tests, and of course how to add comments to an HTML document. Remember, we created this folder, so we're going to continue from there. We titled the folder example web. So first of all, let's open our HTML document in our web browser. Just double click on that and your default browser will open up your HTML document. Okay, so in our last video we created this heading. This is a football website, and then we did this short paragraph. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is we are going to put a bit of space in between this heading and this paragraph, and we have to go back to our HTML document to do that. And to open this up in Notepad, you simply right click, click on open, and we'll go to Notepad and click on Notepad. Okay, so now we're in our HTML document, and if you are following this series, what I want you to do now is to come in between your H1 tag and your paragraph tag, that's the P tag, and type enter 4 times, okay, to create a bit of room in between them, and just click on save. We'll go back to our web browser and hit refresh, and as you can see, nothing happened, and that is because your HTML document does not recognize spaces that you put inside your Notepad or whatever text editor you are using. Okay, so how to create space between these two elements is to use the line break. And remember, in our opening video we talked about the line break, and the line break is simply B arrow inside your angle bracket, and you can put as many as you want depending on how much space you want to have in between your elements. So this is how you create your line breaks. You can put a closing tag, or you can just leave it as an opening tag. It doesn't really matter, but this is how you create your line break. And we're just going to save this up now, and we hit refresh, and watch. Before we hit refresh, see, notice the space that is in between the heading and the paragraph, and after we hit refresh, also notice the space, and as you can see, there's a whole lot of space now. So that's how you add your line breaks, and that's how you create spaces in between your tags. Okay, so next off, we're going to create a bit of space between football and websites. Okay, and this is an inline element. We're going to be creating a space between football and websites. So we'll go back to our HTML document, and here, let's open this up a bit. Okay, here between football and website, I want you to just put your mouse and type space as many times as you want. I'm sure you know what will happen already. We're just going to save this up and we'll go back to our web browser and hit refresh, and as you can see, nothing changed. Okay, we hit refresh, nothing changed, and that is because just like the enter button, our HTML document does not recognize spaces, so it just treats it as normal, as though there is no space there. So in order to put space in between tests, all you need is your ampersand. It's called ampersand, or the and symbol, this symbol here, and then you type NBSP. Okay, so this is how you put a space in between your tests. So we can put as many as we want. What you do is you use your ampersand, which is usually or popularly called the and symbol, then you type NBSP. We'll put one more here. Let's make this 3. Okay, ampersand NBSP, and we'll simply just save this up. We'll go back to our web browser. Before we refresh, notice that there is really no extra space in between these two tests, and notice what happens now when we refresh. And as you can see, our website has moved a lot further from the test football, so there's a lot of space in here. Okay, so we'll go back now, and finally we're going to talk about how to add comments. Okay, and comments really are used to add notes to your HTML document, notes that you don't want to be displayed on your web browser. And how you do that is with your angle bracket, your exclamation mark, 2 hyphen, and then you can put in whatever you want to put in. I'll just say this is a comment, okay, and then you put your 2 hyphens, 2 hyphens, and you close that off with your angle bracket. So to add comments, you simply write angle bracket, exclamation marks, hyphen, and then whatever you want to put in here, okay. It could be a title, it could be a description of what you have done inside your website, okay. So that's what comments are used for, and it is not, or it is never displayed on your web browser. So we're going to save this up and we'll go back to our browser and hit refresh, and as you can see, it does not show in our web browser. Okay, let's go back. So for instance, if we were to remove this exclamation mark and save again, you will see that there will be a change. If we hit refresh now, as you can see, this is a comment is now appearing. Okay, let me increase this a bit for those of you who are using mobile device so that you can see this very clearly. Okay, good. So you can see that this is a comment is now appearing, because when you remove that exclamation mark, what happens is your web browser treats this as text. It treats it as actual text, like it would a paragraph or a heading section. Okay, so that is how you add comments. So we're just going to put the comment back, and we're back in business. We simply save this up, go back to our web browser and hit refresh, and the comment is gone. Okay, so that's how you add comments, line breaks, and of course spaces in your HTML document. So that was to do it for this video. We'll see you in our next class. Thank you so much for watching.